and welcome to the Great Focus Forum. Today we are going to continue by first principle as a method of differentiation. In the previous class, we were able to look at several examples involving first principle. But today we are going to look at a different concept using first principle involving fractions. So in cases like this one, how can we do such like calculations? And therefore, we have to recall that the formula for first principle, which, for example, given the function f of x, so when we differentiate the function f of x, then we'll have the function of f prime of x will give us the function of x plus change in x, but we subtract f of x all through divide by change in x. That is the formula that guides us using the first principle. Now, let us use this general formula to calculate or to differentiate the function y being equals to 1 out of 4x plus 1. Then we proceed as usual. Whenever we see the value of y, we add change in y. With the value of x, we add change in x. Let us now straight away start. Change in y plus y is equals to 1 out of, this is 4, but into x plus change in x. Are we getting? Close the bracket, plus 1. Then the next step is to expand this one. Then we'll have change in y plus y being equals to 1 out of, this is going to give us 4x plus 4 change in x plus 1 all in one bracket. Are we getting? Then in reaching there, we have to make y, the change in y as the subject of the formula. How can we make y the subject, change in y is the subject of the formula? We will take positive y to the other direction. So we'll remain with change in y being equals to, this is now going to be 1 out of 4x minus 4 change in x plus 1. Then we subtract y. Are we getting? In doing that, but we have to recall the value of y being equals to, the value of y was this one. Y is 1 out of 4x plus 1. So we replace the value of y by 1 out of 4x plus 1. So we'll have change in y being equals to, this is 1 all over, this is 4x minus 4 change in x plus 1. All in one bracket, we have to subtract 1 all over, this is 4x plus 1 as one bracket. So in reaching there, what we are going to do is to find the LCM of the first fraction and the second fraction, of which when we have such cases, when a function like this one multiplying by the function of this one, then our LCM is going to be the product of the two functions. Then we say is equals to, our LCM is going to be 4x minus 4 change in x plus 1. Then we have 4x plus 1. That's our LCM. Now we take 4x minus 4 change in x plus 4x plus 1 divide through by this one. So like here, we will have 4x minus, okay, let me do it over here. We have 4x, then minus 4 change in x plus 1. That's the first bracket. But we are having also 4x plus 1. When we divide with this one now, this one, we will have 4x minus 4 change in x plus 1. So this one cancel out with this one. We remain with 4x plus 1. So we shall have 1 into multiply by 4x plus 1. Then, as usual, we subtract this sign. Then we say 4x minus 4 change in x plus 1, 4x plus 1, we divide through. So this one will cancel this one, we remain with this one. So it will be into bracket, we will have 4x multiply minus 4 change in x plus 1. Are you getting? So in reaching there, we have to expand the numerator, leaving alone the denominator first. Let us expand the numerator, we remain with the denominator side. So we are going to have 4x plus 1. We have to subtract 4x. Then this one is going to be plus 4x. 4 change in x, not 4x. When we take this one multiply by this one is 4x. Then this one multiply by this one plus 4 change in x minus 1. All over. This is now 4x minus 4 change in x plus 1. Then we have 4x plus 1. Then we look at these items. Then we have, sorry, we made a mistake here. Here the value of it was a plus, not a minus. So this one must be through positive positive. So here it's supposed to be a negative. So in doing that, this one will cancel out with this one. Then this one is going to be cancelling out with this one. So we remain with a negative 4 change in x all over 4x minus 4 change in x plus 1. Then we say into bracket we have 4x plus 1. Are we getting? So this was change in y being equal to this one. Then what we do, it was change in y plus y, yeah, change in y. We have to divide through. Now we have done this, the upper side, which is this one. Now we have to divide through by change in x. So it will be change in y over change in x being equals to negative 4 change in x all over 4x minus 4 change in x plus 1. Then this one will be 4x plus 1. We divide through by change in x, which is the same as over 1. Are we getting? Let us now evaluate this. It will be change in y out of change in x being equals to negative 4 change in x all over, this is 4x minus, it was plus, sorry, we were supposed to correct this, plus 4 change in x plus 1. Then we have 4x plus 1. Then we multiply through by 1 out of change in x. Are we getting? So this change in x will cancel out with this change in x. Then the last solution will remain to change in y out of change in x being equals to negative 4 all over, this is going to be 4x plus 4 change in x plus 1. Then we have 4x plus 1. Now, our last solution in this calculation, always we say we replace the value of change in x or the limit as change in x approaches 0. So whenever we see change in x, we have to add there 0. Then we have this, we will say the limit change in y out of change in x being equals to negative 4 all over, this was 4x plus, it was 4x plus 4 change in x plus 1. Then we have 4x plus 1. So we have to replace the value of change in x by 0. So we'll have change in y out of change in x being equals to negative 4 all over this is 4x plus 4 into 0 plus 1. Multiply 4x plus 1. Are we getting? Then we'll have change in y out of change in x being equals to negative 4 all through by, this one is going to cancel out, we'll have 4x plus 1 multiply by 4x plus 1. I think in reaching there, we are at the last step, but given an example, we have been asked to multiply a multiplied by a, which is equals to a squared. The same as b multiplied by b will give us b squared. Then this is now the same as 4x multiplied by this one is going to give us the same function but squared. So our last answer will be change in y out of change in x being equals to negative 4 out of 4x plus 1 but all in bracket squared. So this is our last answer. Thank you for following the channel. Remember to subscribe for more calculations and more information about the topic and the unit. Thank you.